In this exercise, we're going to look at a hypothesis test of a population mean. Take a few moments to read the paragraph. So it looks like they're going to ask us to, test the test statistics against the critical value. So to determine a test statistic, we need to open up StatCrunch. I press Stat, and I'll go down to T-stats, one sample with summary, and I can enter my sample mean, which was 1,102. My sample standard deviation was 410, and my sample size was 50. And then our hypothesis test, we want to know, do male teenagers consume more than the recommended daily amount? So the recommended daily amount was 1,000 milligrams. So this is going to be a right-tailed test. So you have to have the inequality point to the right. I press compute, and there's my t statistic and my p-value. So now I can either use the table in the back of our book to get our critical t-value, and then I can compare this t-value with the critical t-value to see if it's greater than or less than, and I can make a decision whether I should reject or accept the null hypothesis. But StatCrunch will allow us to use the calculators, go down to T-calculator, and we can kind of create or find our critical value using this calculator. So since we had a population of 50, the degrees of freedom would be n minus 1 or 50 minus 1. So I enter 49 for degrees of freedom. And then our level of significance was 5%. So I'm going to enter 0.05. And this was a right-tailed test. And I press compute. And you can see my critical value is 1.67655. And you'll notice that our t-stat, our test statistic, is actually inside this area, right? So our test statistic is greater than the critical value. So since our test statistics falls in this red area, this is considered the rejection region. So we're going to reject the null hypothesis. So I go down and it says we're going to reject since the test statistics is greater than the critical value. I press enter, and we got it correct. Fantastic.